Bom dia, bom dia. E assim está o clima em Termas do Rio Hondo, a cidade onde sai água quente até das torneiras. Então nós chegamos ao fim da nossa viagem pelas estradas mais belas de nossas vidas. E agora nós vamos recapitular o trajeto que para nós foi muito bem acertado. Bem, então nós saímos de Juiz de Fora, fomos para o estado de São Paulo, cruzamos todo o estado de São Paulo e depois nós fomos para o Mato Grosso do Sul e entramos no Paraguai por Pedro Juan Caballero, fomos até sua capital Assunção, entramos na Argentina e rumamos até o norte da Argentina para cruzar pelo Chile, pelo Pasos de Jama, rodamos em São Pedro do Atacama e fomos conhecer o litoral do Chile. E depois nós entramos em Copiapó para entrar novamente na Argentina pelo circuito Sesmiles até o nosso destino final em Termas de Rio Hondo. A estrada e suas belezas únicas acabaram, mas ainda temos Termas de Rio Hondo, onde toda a água brota quente. E aqui temos um autódromo com um museu de carros de competição e motos antigas, sendo considerado um dos museus de carros e motos mais modernos e importantes da América do Sul. Se você também gosta de carros e motos antigas, bora pro vídeo!
Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best. Try everything you can, and don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time, little girl, in a little out the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. Hey, you know they're all the same. You know you're doing better on your own. So don't buy in. Live right now. Yeah, just be yourself. It doesn't matter if it's good enough for someone else. It just takes some time, little girl, in a little out the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. It just takes some time, little girl, in a little out the ride. Crazy Casbah sound, but the better when they brought out the direction, and the triple band to fire. The crowd gonna whip like crazy campfire. The cockpit radio player. Soon as the sheriff is out of their hair, the jet pilot's way. Sheriff don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. The sheriff don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. The sheriff don't like it. Thinks it's not kosher. Rock the Casbah. Fundamentally can't take it. Rock the Casbah. a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, my God, they've killed them all. Here comes the story of the hurricane, the man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. Three bodies lying dead as Patty C, and another man named Bello moving around mysteriously. I didn't do what he says, and he throws up his hands. I was only robbing the register, I hope you understand. I saw him leave and he says, and he stops. One of us had better call up the cops. And so Patty calls the cops, and they arrive on the scene with their red lights flashing in a hot New Jersey night. Meanwhile, far away in another part of town, Reuben Carter and a couple of friends are driving around. Number one contender for the middleweight crown. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down when a cop pulled him over to the side of the road, just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. If you're black, you might as well not show up on the street unless you wanna draw the heat. Alfred Bello had a partner and he had a rap for the cops. Him and other Dexter Bradley were just out prowling around. He said, I saw two men running out, they looked like middleweights. Jumped into a white car with out-of-state plates, and Miss Patty Valentine just nodded her head. Cop said, wait a minute, boys, this one's not dead. So they took him to the infirmary, and though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man. Upstairs, the wounded man looks up through his one dying eye. See, why'd you bring him in here, boy? He ain't the guy. Here's the story of the hurricane, the man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. Later, the ghetto's on flame. Reuben's in South America, fighting for his name, while Arthur Dexter Bradley's still in the robbery game. And the cops are putting the screws to him, looking for somebody to blame. Remember that murder that you happened in a bar? Remember you said you saw the getaway car, thinking like to play ball with the law. Think it might have been that fighter that you saw running that night. Don't forget that you are white. Arthur Dexter Bradley said, I'm really not sure. The cop said a poor boy like you can use a break. We got you for the motel job and you're talking to your friend Bello. You don't wanna have to go back to jail, be a nice fellow. You'll be doing society a favor. That son of a bitch is brave and getting braver. We wanna put his ass in the stir. We wanna pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no gentleman jail. Reuben could take a man out with just one punch, but he never did like to talk about it all that much. It's my work, he'd say, I do it for pay. And when it's over, just as soon go on my way up to some paradise where the trout streams flow was nice and ride a horse along the trail. But then they took him to the jailhouse where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. All of Reuben's cards were marked in advance. The trial was a pig circus, he never had a chance. The judge made Reuben's witnesses drunkards from the slums. To the white folks who watched, he was a revolutionary bum. And to the black folks, he was just a crazy nigger. No one doubted that he pulled the trigger. And though they could not produce the gun, the DA said he was the one who did the deed, and the old white jury agreed. Reuben Carter was falsely tried. The crime was murder one. Guess who testified? Bellow and Bradley, and they both all they lied. And the newspapers, they all went along for the ride. How can the life of such a man be in the palm of some fool's hand? To see him obviously framed couldn't help but make me feel ashamed to live in a land where justice is a game. Now all the criminals in their coats and their ties are free to drink martinis and watch the sunrise, while Reuben sits like Buddha in a 10-foot cell, an innocent man in a living hell. Yes, that's the story of the hurricane, but it won't be over till they clear his name and give him back the time he's done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there.
Stay with your brother.
Two worlds collided, and they could never tear us us apart. We could live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make wine from your tears. I told you that we could fly, 'cause we all have wings, but some of us